One of the most dumb rhetorics I hear from dudes when it comes to dating is how many of them think that women use them for free meals when it comes to dates. Sorry, like, do y'all genuinely think we are on some poverty line that, like, I can't pay for dinner? I go to these dinners on my own. My friends and I go to these dinners, the same spots you're taking me to, I am going to on my own multiple times a week. What makes you think I need a free dinner from you? It's just like, it's so obviously a cop-out. That's not the reason. That's not the reason you don't want to take women out on dates. It's because you're broke and don't have the facilities to take women on dates, and that's a different story, but don't try and blame it on us.
Y'all really just be broke out here, huh? I'm talking to the men right now. Let me put you on, buddy. If you're interested in a woman and she says something like, I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow, how hard is it for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna send you $100? Do you not have $100 to spare? The most she'll spend is $30 if you order her some food to her house. Order her some food to her work. I'm trying to put you on game. Like, you need to listen to me. Like, it actually grosses me out whenever I tell a man that I'm talking to, I'm going to get my lashes done, and the only words out of his mouth are, well, let me see a picture when you're done. How about you send me $75 to pay for it? $75 is pocket change. Why are you not offering to pay for that? Especially since you want a photo of it afterward. Look, I'm gonna just start dating the women for you guys since y'all suck at it. Like, women want to be taken care of first and foremost. I don't care what anyone says, like, being taken care of is the most attractive thing for a woman. Telling me that you talk to a woman and you're not calling her, you're just literally using your little thumbs to text? Are you 12 years old? You guys, I can't deal with this. Like, y'all are just so annoying to me. Some of you are rolling your eyes being like, women just want to take our money. You just want to take our body? And what? Like, on facts. I don't know. Y'all are weird.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Women hate when attractive men ignore their mind games in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
My best dating advice to anyone, no matter how you look, how old you are, if you're dating men, be mean. Act like you don't. Show them the least amount of attention as possible. Like, this sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, right? But the more that you act like you don't want to do, the more that he wants you. Especially if you're, like, overly attracted to this man. Like, you been on him, you been planning on that, you need that, you want that, you gotta have that. Act like you don't like that man.
I told you they act standoffish on purpose. They do it on purpose. And this is from what I was talking about yesterday. You know, they will act this way and they believe that being mean to you is going to get them somewhere with you because that works on men who are not that attractive. And when I'm talking about attractive, it's understanding of women. It's not just your looks. It's how your life is structured. It's how you have your aura set up. It's just how you feel about yourself. Everybody can tell people who love themselves, and people are going to try to play games with those people, but you can honestly always spot out somebody who's down on their luck, doesn't take themselves seriously, doesn't love themselves, doesn't have the highest form or one of the purest forms of self-confidence. They don't have it. They only have confidence around other people. They can't stand on their own. So when women view you as this type of guy, they will go out of their way to be mean to you. And notice she said, it doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how you look or what you have going on. Be mean to men so you can have your way. That doesn't work with attractive men because, see, attractive men are going to attract more women. This is why I always have to make the distinctions between unattractive and attractive. If a guy isn't as attractive as a guy over here, yeah, he's going to go for all of that. He's going to go for all the games because, once again, he can't stand on his own. He doesn't have a high sense of self. He doesn't have self-confidence. He's looking for you to tell him who he is. But when an attractive dude steps in a situation and goes, nah, this ain't my first rodeo and I'm not going for that, it pisses them off. See, it sounds good what she's saying, but women always kick and scream and act like you committed a robbery when that strategy doesn't work. Let's get the next one.
I'm exhausted. I literally want to give up on dating. Dating in your 30s is probably one of the hardest things that you will probably ever have to go through. It is just, it's so frustrating and exhausting. Can someone just go ahead and send me a bearded tattoo man over 6 foot and isn't a walking red flag? Or is my type just a walking red flag? I'm over it.
She's exhausted dating in her 30s. But this is funny, you know, you're not those guys. You're not a guy that you're asking for. You're not his type. That's all that's happening there. And one thing I want to say, this is a joke, right? You know why men don't rush to help women anymore? Because a lot of guys are probably thinking in their head, and this is a joke, but you know, I'm not 6 foot plus. I'm not 6 foot plus tall, so I can't really protect her. I can't do anything for her. So that's why men just walk past. They see a woman getting jumped on. She's not elderly. They see her with heavy bags. They don't even help because they're thinking to themselves like, you know, I'm not 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", so I can't really provide any safety here. And isn't that what they need the height for? But in all seriousness, men who are attractive, who are well put together in their 30s, 40s, 50s as well, you know, they keep themselves up to date. They love themselves. They take care of their grooming. They stay in shape. They can attract this.
The minute you start dating older men, and I don't mean like crazy old, but just like, I don't know, like 5 to 10 years older than you, there's like no going back. They actually enjoy taking care of you. They actually enjoy like planning dates and like doing things to make you feel taken care of. It's just so attractive. There's just not a single part of me that's interested in a man in his 20s. I'm sorry, you're out.
An older man will deal with the younger woman. And notice she said, you know, 5 to 10 years, but it can even go 15 to 20 years. It doesn't really matter. And she also said, you know, these guys are willing to take care of you. And this is the thing. It's not being demanded. It's happening because women want that energy and they're allowing it to happen. The younger women, they're just happy to be a part of the ride. They're not nagging, complaining, off rip, making it an interview process and telling a man, you must do this because I've done this and I have experience in this and I'm ready for this and blah, 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 blah. No, it's kind of like, wow, the younger guys my age aren't able to do this. They aren't able to show me this treatment. I like this. As to where an older woman is saying, I've been through such bad treatment and I've had to be strong and independent. The young woman is saying, oh no, I've never had this and I like this and I do need this. So an older man would rather put his energy into that woman. So when they're out here thinking that, you know, dating is hard in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you're not supposed to be dating in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. And once again, there's nothing wrong with a woman being 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 out here dating. But the thing is, you're going to have to come into a man's life and make it better. You can't be out here with all this, I deserve this and I have these high standards. It's never going to work for you. Once again, 3 choices to make. Stay single, get with the guy who you're not really attracted to, that does view you as the prize, or get with a man that has self-respect, that you respect, that's attractive, that you're sexually attracted to, that you desire, and just cooperate. Just cooperate. These are the 3 options. But it's funny when they're like, it's hard to date out here as an older woman. It's hard to date out here because you're not pleasant. You're stuck in your ways. And the younger women are bubbly. They're willing to accept the energy and they don't need to nag the man. And a man says, I've worked so hard in my life, I'm dealing with that energy. Straight up. Let's get the next one.
What's the purpose of dating when even the nice guys suck? So I finally made it to a 3rd date from a guy that I met on Hinge. 2nd date went great, brought me flowers, we had a good time, like I thought everything was good. So I get a text that night, a nice message, how much he likes me, blah, blah, blah. Nothing too forward, just whatever. Then the communication all week is kind of very sparse, like over the whole week, we probably said 6 things to each other back and forth, which like, I'm like, well, maybe this is more like, it's more my speed. Like I hate when a guy texts you every single day, all day, wanting to know what you're doing. Good morning. That's kind of ridiculous, but he just figured there'd be more communication. He's like, are you going to see me this weekend? I'm like, I want to. What do you have in mind? He's like, he offers a movie, which to me, I was like, that's weird for a 3rd date. How are you supposed to get to know each other? But I'm like, maybe he wants to see like how we are, just hanging out, just vibing, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm done with it, whatever. So I reply back and basically like, I'm ready for him to come pick me up. I met him the first time in my town. The 2nd time we met in his town, and now this time he's coming to me, and I think it's time that he pick me up, right? So I'm like, do you want us to meet there, or are you planning to pick me up? Basically like leaving the door open. He's like, if you're comfortable with it, I'll come pick you up. I sent him my address, great. The next day, so I told him, let me know when you're like on the way. The next day, he texts me at like 4 something and says, I plan to be to you at 6:50. And he's like, does that work for you? Great. So I go ahead and jump in the shower. I was going to wait until like after 5 because I thought he might be there a little later. But I'm like, since he texted me, let me just jump in the shower. I jump in the shower, start doing my makeup. It's like after 5:30. I start doing my hair, and then I get a text at 5:50ish. Becca, I have to cancel. So sorry, I know this is last minute. He was like, it's unacceptable, like whatever. And I'm just like, no explanation of why. No like phone call to apologize, like face to face basically. No reschedule. No like, well, I'll be there in the morning. You know, nothing. Just so sorry, whatever. And all I said was, okay. Because the fuck am I supposed to tell you? Which totally fine. It's not fucking fine. Like, what a fucking fumble. Anyways, he replies back and was like, I can't apologize enough. And I'm not answering to that. What could have possibly gone wrong in an hour that you didn't know earlier in the day? Just, I'm over it. Even the guys that I think are nice irritate me, and that's not where we are.
She thought she was better than him, and this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Let's make the distinction. In order for a guy to pull a woman off of a dating app, right, to meet up with you multiple times, she must find you attractive. But see, it messed it all up with him doing this nonsense. She's doing all of this nonsense. Now she's looking at him like, I'm better than him. Crazy how that works. And check this. He offered a movie date for the 3rd date. She's like, oh, I don't know how, we're going to get to know each other. But you know what's so funny? That date used to suffice. Dinner and a movie. Now that's not a great date because we can't talk to each other and get to know each other. And the funniest part about this is if it was a guy that she had the hots for, she would already feel like she knows him by the second interaction, even the first interaction. I tell you guys all the time, play FaceTime, voice notes, especially on dating apps. Voice notes, FaceTime, voice notes. Oh my God, you have such a great voice. Then they start following your lead by sending them back. Oh my God, I've never sent voice notes to a guy before. Then once you jump on FaceTime, okay, he matches the pictures. He's funny, he's charming, he's charismatic, he makes me laugh. Then when they meet up with you, they will kiss you on the first interaction. Your arm will be around them, hand on the thigh. It's like they know you already, but they're actually excited to meet up with you and they're not looking to use you. But this guy here offers a movie date on the 3rd date and she's like, oh, I don't think that's good enough. How are we going to get to know each other? No, and damn well if it was a guy that you really had high interest in, it wouldn't even matter where he brings you. But he messed it up by doing all of this stuff, but he recovered because he just cut his losses. He cut his losses. Guys can always tell when a woman is not that into him. And that also helps you stay attractive as well as become attractive in the first place. Because when you deal with women who do like you like that, you only have one reality. Women actually like me, and I can actually get good cooperation and good energy from women. Not standoffish cooperation where it's like, I don't want to do this, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Not half-ass energy like, yeah, I'll show up, but, I'm really looking to do this. And no. No. Bro cut his losses. Now she's like, okay, or whatever. She responded back at the end, okay, because who the hell does he think he is? He's a peasant to me. This is what they think. This is why it's your best option, right? To love yourself, view yourself as an attractive guy. Your track record will actually show. But at the same time, bro, you cannot go for just wishy-washy treatment from women because it's going to become the norm. And then after time, you're going to become less attractive. It's just due to how things go, bro. Don't put up with it. Let's get the next one.
Okay, so rather than getting upset about it, another Tinder experience, I am just going to start racking up those stories and doing TikToks about them. So here's my next Tinder experience. So I went and met up with this guy. We hit it off. It was fine. We did stuff, and then we went and got tacos, and then I came back and we did some stuff. But I had told him I didn't want to do any of that stuff because my last track record has been guys basically just getting too busy and not being able to text me back, which is bullshit because you can send one emoji in like 2 seconds, not even. And so I told him this, and he's like, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. So we text for a couple days and then nothing. So 48 hours go by and I'm like, whatever. I sent him the middle finger emoji, and then he texts back saying, that he's been really busy with like a chicken with his head cut off, this and that. I'm like, well, you have a very attractive head. I hope you find it. He didn't respond. So he does concrete. He owns his own concrete business. So I sent him a picture. My best friend does concrete too, of my friend's work in my backyard. And he texts back saying, "Who's this?" I'm like, "No one. It's fine. Don't worry about it." And it goes, "Oh, Apple Surrey lost all of my contacts." So I'm like, okay, that's very possible. I didn't really believe him, but still, I'm like, it's Brian from Tinder. And he goes, "Oh, the smartass just friends lady." I'm so confused. Like, where, huh? Can someone explain this to me?
She was telling on herself that she's a loser. Talking about, oh, I have a track record with guys pumping and dumping me and then not texting me back. So she's telling him that she's a loser and he's listening to her. The thing about being attractive, it's not just your looks. It's actually having an understanding of women and actually being able to use it on them. I tell you guys all the time, stuff that I say in the video, I say this directly to women and they just confirm what I'm saying because they don't view me as a threat. Yeah, if that makes any sense. I'm saying a lot of the same stuff that I say in the videos to women, but they're not viewing me as a threat. I'm not being judgmental. I'm not coming at them. I'm just saying things. You understand? Like, you can ask a woman, is it true that women don't really orgasm like that with a lot of their sexual partners in their life? Because I'm just thinking like, that's not true. Just play dumb. And they're like, oh my God, I've been with 3 dudes recently. None of them made me orgasm. None of them. So like, oh, okay. You see, and then you get sexual with the talking. You're playing dumb. But you know that most women fake orgasms. You know that most women have a high body count because they had sex with a lot of dudes trying to find that guy. You understand? It's like a crackhead with the first hit. They're always chasing that. They're always chasing that high. So a lot of guys that women sleep with, they thought it would go that way, but it didn't go that way. Things were one-night stands. Things were one-offs. But a lot of guys haven't made them climax. And you know that. You understand? I'm just giving you an example. So she's telling on herself and he listened. And he has his own concrete business. A winner. A winner, positioned well. And he just don't want to talk to her no more. He doesn't want to talk to her anymore. But she told on herself and bro listened. And she's thinking to herself, let me send him the middle finger emoji. Once again, an attractive guy moving to the beat of his own drum. He's not trying to play whatever she has set up. See, women are trying to run game on you when they're talking about, I'm not like that and I'm not that type of... No, you're literally like that and you're that type for the guy that you like. And you know, that actually kind of pisses off men. Like guys that are attractive, like guys that are good. When they're trying to make it like, I'm not like that and trying to make you do stuff to get to it, but then they give it to you and now you're like, I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. Let's get the next one.
I got a text from a man that I met on Hinge a year ago, yesterday. This is why I deleted the dating apps, because I feel like it's a breeding ground of people that you're not supposed to meet in your real life, all on one app that are mentally, emotionally unstable, and they want to try to ruin your fucking life. I got off the apps, thank God, but I just want to fucking reiterate this point. I got a text from a dude yesterday, and he just pretended like nothing happened. This bitch ghosted me. Who the fuck are you, loser ass man, to ghost me? Looking from the outside, looking in, yeah, thank God that loser ghosted me, so I can just peace and move out of my life and be like, girl, what? What? Not one green flag. I would have been literally lowering every standard I have to be with this dude. And then I was upset that he ghosted me. Thank fuck he ghosted me. Thank fuck he ghosted me. And then he came sliding back in yesterday. And then I was like, no, dude, like, I'm actually good. Like, how are you? And he's like going through it. He's like, oh, do you want to grab drinks? And I'm like, I think I'm okay. You know, you kind of ghosted me and I'm like, I'm good on that. And he was like, when did I ghost you? And I'm like, okay, first red flag again. Let me explain it to you, I guess. So I briefly explained it to him. And then he was like, well, I'm sorry. I was just like really going through it and I didn't really know what I wanted. And you were the only girl that I've talked to since I moved to Arizona in 5 years. Listen, well, that's another reason why I don't want to go get drinks with you now, because if you're going through it, then why the fuck would you text me again? You know, why are you texting me? What do you want? Seriously, what do you want? So I said, you know what? Like, that's really fair. And if you are still feeling that way, then like maybe you shouldn't be reaching out to me to go grab drinks. Maybe you should continue to work on yourself. Like, not even being mean, but also I'm just like not interested in you. And like, I'm thankful that we didn't go forward because what? My eyes were opened, bitch. Haven't met a good dude off a dating app. And that's just my experience. I'm going to talk about my experience. And if you've met your husband, then I don't know, maybe you guys hate each other secretly. Think about it. Just think about it. Was it convenient or was it love? I'm sorry. I'm also a raging period monster right now, so don't take this personally. I'm just getting this out right now, you know? Okay, just get off the fucking dating apps, bitches. Do not go there. Kill me.
I love how women get mad at this type of treatment, but they're the ones dealing out this type of treatment the most to men. I want you guys to focus on how much, like, just listen to her voice. The irritation. She's so annoyed. She's so bothered by this. And she said, I would have lowered all my standards just to even give you a chance. That's not true. You would have never talked to him in the first place. You have never talked to him in the first place. The thing is, I always want men to realize something. When a woman ever acts like you're not good enough, or she thinks she's better than you, or she's making things difficult, your indifference will always shine through. You will always pull through. Why is this woman so mad? Because he ghosted her. And she thought she was like, oh, I'm giving him a chance. And nah, I don't want to hear none of that, man. Your indifference makes the difference. It's not as if she's on here like popping her stuff like, yo, this dude is trying to double back around to me, but I ain't like him. And look, guys, look, ladies, they always come back. She's not doing that. What she's displaying here is she's bothered because this dude just tried to come back in her life and he's like, yo, what's up? He's not really like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She literally had to say something to him. And then he's like, wait, what? And then she's like, well, let me explain. And then he goes, oh, well, I was busy, you know? That even pisses her off even more. Ignoring the song and dance, the tap dancing. I've done this plenty of times, and guys do this, you know? And it works a lot of the times. Why do you think a guy even has the balls to hit you up again after ghosting? You know, when women are really attracted to you, you can do this and it's not a problem. They'll act like nothing ever happened. Or it'll come up and then they'll still meet up with you anyway. That's the funny part. But the guy's indifference bothers her. And I love this. I love this. Because when you're trying to be that guy, it turns out that you're not that guy. And whether you get the girl or not, it actually shows that you are the guy. Why is she so bothered if he's not the guy? If he's not the guy, he's not the guy. They treat men like crap. So why is this bothering her so much? Because you know what? He wasn't trying to make this big thing and apologize and then take her out on some extravagant date or whatever. Nah. Bro was just like, yo, what's up? I haven't talked to you in a while. She's like, yeah, you haven't talked to me in a while because you ghosted me. And how could he ghost her if he was still in her messages? Like, they still have communication on the dating apps. Don't they do this all the time? They take 3-4 days to respond. Right? Shouldn't be triggering this type of reaction. And she said that I've never met a good dude on a dating app because you're not looking for good dudes on the dating apps. So this was women hate when attractive men ignore their mind games in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So I forced myself to get ready, put on makeup, put on a stupid outfit to go on a date. I'm on my way there and I'm gonna text this man I'm on my way. And I open the message and it says, I decided to get dinner with my friends. We planned on meeting at a certain time, but yeah, I guess that didn't matter. I didn't respond. I'm just gonna unmatch him, but like, what the fuck?